Hi everyone and welcome to TChat 84. Thank you so much for coming on and checking out this little piece of content that is going up to Patreon. Thank you so much for being here as well, and I hope you are enjoying your Patreon subscription. By now the October benevolence messages should be up, and I hope that you will get a chance to check those out. It's a really nice piece of content as well. It should be right below this one on Patreon. So be sure to check out Benevolence. I come on and I talk about all of the overarching themes that I've seen in the month after doing all of the content. So this content, though, this TChat 84 is going to be about the second week of October, basically October 7th to October 14th, and what we can expect for that period of time. The word crucial comes to mind. I find this time to be a really crucial moment of transition for many people. We have just come past a very lovely new moon in Libra, okay, moving into this week, so we should have a nice little injection of energy, and there should be a kind of stress or a kind of output of energy that has ended with the previous waning moon, and now we should have a really great capability to start over in some ways, okay? This new moon in Libra that happened around the 6th of October at the end of last week was conjunct the debilitated Sun-Mars-Mercury conjunction in Libra that we're having right now. So I'm going to be talking about channeling this energy in a healing and productive way, and using this week ahead as a way basically to allow some of those energies to dissipate and to prepare for some new things coming in. So right in the beginning of this week, like Sunday or Monday, there should be a very clear cutout of like what we basically don't want or how we don't want to continue our experience. And there's a very firm line of demarcation that is created during this week. So any type of need to set a boundary, okay, any type of need to affirm a separation or affirm a distance is important right now, okay? You might want to stand up for your rights or stand up for your creation thus far, okay? There can be questions, there can be inquiries at this time, and there can also be just internal questions, like as we're processing stuff, as we're coming to the most central point of Libra season at the beginning of this week. This is really where deliberation happens. This is really where we decide whether we want to keep on with something, whether we're happy with what we have, or whether we want to begin changing or deviating, or concentrating further and creating a change in that way with what we already have. So that's like Scorpio, you know, after the sign Libra comes Scorpio, which gives a change no matter what. Whether we choose to conserve what we have and focus it further, that also creates a change as we become more focused on it, or whether we choose to walk another direction and deviate away, that also obviously creates a change. So I feel that that's basically where we're going to be at in this week as well, is those choices. Like, do I concentrate this further, or do I switch direction and move a little bit of a different way? So I do feel that communication is really important during this time, and it can feel a little bit debilitated. You know, having the Sun and Mars conjunct in the debilitated sign of Libra, right? Both of those bodies, Sun and Mars, are not great for Libra energy. So it says also that the deliberation happening right now, the choice making, the judgment that we come to might also not be a good one. So I feel that the best way to work with this week is to not maybe make the most permanent decisions, and to not necessarily run from things as well, because there's kind of an adrenaline that I feel with any Sun-Mars conjunction, and there's going to be another one in Scorpio at the end of October, beginning of November. There can be a desperate push or a desperate pull at this time, and I really want you guys to watch out for these desperate catalyst moves. Any move, any motion, any big shift needed to probably have months, maybe even a year or more time of deliberation to be well done now. And even with that, there's still a possibility of errors or lapses with any Sun Mars conjunction in Libra specifically. So basically, this period of time is not for desperate, deliberate actions, but rather this period of time, as Venus has just moved into Sagittarius, let's talk about that. That's beautiful. It's a time to receive, okay? It's a time to be grateful for what is now here, for what we have created for ourselves, and the results of the push that the last few months brought in for a lot of people. So I would definitely recommend a dismantling of a Ten of Wands constant life. Okay, so kind of dismantling a lifestyle that revolves around the Ten of Wands archetype. I think we have to start doing that right here, because that Sun Mars conjunction in Libra says that that Ten of Wands, Nine of Wands, Five of Wands push is not going to bring a result that we want. So now I think for everyone, there's been a forging or a coming of age or a result that is wonderful to relax into instead of pushing out of. Anything that is like that, from the context of relaxing into, is where we can really have a nice experience right now. However, the concept of pushing out of or getting away from or changing deliberately is an area for frustration, at least. And it can work. You know, whenever the Sun and Mars are together, regardless of what sign they're in, it does indicate some type of push. It indicates that we have really tried, that we've really made an effort. And that's what's kind of tough about this period of time, is because it's like we need it. We need to do it with any Sun-Mars conjunction happening in the sky. We need to have some type of physical action or prove to ourselves how we can move a situation. However, I think that the best way to do it is in things that are not such a big deal. So exercising, or even for some people like gaming, or something that allows you to give your energetic body a feeling of, you know, making changes, making effort, doing things, but it's not too consequential. That's really the key point with this. Try to keep pushes or effort experiences as unconsequential as possible, so that if an error is made and you get a game over, it's in a casual way and not in a life-changing way. I think that there is kind of a game over type of feeling for a lot of people coming in now and coming in through Scorpio season. And when that eclipse happens at the end of Scorpio season, that is kind of what I'm feeling for it. It's like game over for some people. And that's not a bad thing. Like, they need to do other things, but we can get freaked out about that type of thing, you know? And what that usually results from is from some type of push or some type of leap that fails, right? Some type of Sun-Mars energy that is not executed properly. So that's why I think this time it's way better to relax. It's way better to fall into a relaxation, way better to focus on Venus in Sagittarius, okay? Focusing on broader hopes for the future, focusing on healing relationships, focusing on diplomatic resolutions, okay, in our life, instead of forceful integrations or forced outcomes or power plays or anything like that. These are all very debilitated right now. Anything in your life, whether this